We are seeing right now the match has been found. We are going into game in just a quick moment. As it's loading, you guys see the Urban Combat General here. No one stands in my way and survives. Consider yourself warned. I'll be playing him tomorrow, and that's your warning,
What
Melanie.
will you do when death stares you in the face? That's the question.
I think she's taken on the persona of the Rocket General herself.
I'm doing it.
She's even painted her nails black, ladies and gentlemen.
I did. Just for this occasion.
So real quick, I'm opening right now with the GLA. The GLA run off their, of course, famous workers, this time having shoes. And I'm just gonna go out to the front here and build a command center right away. Standard traditional build, going straight out on the front of the map. Right now, obviously, as you guys can see here, right at this point right here where I'm highlighting, this is actually 3 out of 8 harvesters. As we continue on and more start to harvest, this will actually go up to the maximum of what we want for optimization, which will be 8. So I'm just gonna queue them one at a time. As a pro tip, obviously you always wanna just keep one in queue, so that way you always have the spare money to use on the battlefield for units, structures, defenses, or whatever else is needed. So that way you're always microwing, always at the pinpoint of what you need to do for your action, and always at the same time rushing to the next thing. So obviously in the RTS, it's all about the APM. As you guys can see here, I'm cheating a little bit with the mouse, being a little bit lazy, but that's okay. As I come back to my workers here, I'm gonna cut to Melanie here. Maybe we can switch cameras.
Okay. So right now I'm getting ready to, I'm first of all harvesting, and then I am building some barracks here. Going to start early with my army.
Now, as you guys can see on the map here, the little circular reticle that you guys see on both of our maps, I'm gonna actually turn alliances on for myself so you can see the good versus the bad, the easy correlation. This actually shows that this has a player power baffling effect. This means that player power is being casted on the bar down here cannot be used in that circular reticle. This makes it a little bit harder to scout, but at the same time, if you build a command center first, you do get a free scouting ability. In this case for the GLA, the GPS Scrambler, I'm gonna cast it outside her reticle, right over here, using my hotkey F4. And I'm obviously leading my motions here, so she hears me and probably is already advancing in her tactic. Now, obviously, the Nitro General, which is known as also the Demolition General, she is actually the one that has a lot of detonation and has to close in the gap on everything she does. It's a little bit harder, a little bit more micro-intensive, but at the same time, the payoff when connecting is huge. So right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and take this worker somewhere else, speak in Command and Conquer tongue so she doesn't know what I'm doing, so I can at least have some advantage here.
Oh snap!
Hotkey in my other units and play in my choke points. As you guys can see here, this is one of the newer units, the Terror Technical, or as I like to call the Bomb Technical itself. This guy here is actually one of the same, has to close the gap, but it's huge damage. So right now what I'm going to do, have my hotkey for my Terror Soldiers and then my hotkey for my Bomb Technical or Terror Technical. I'm gonna move them out into the map and try to create some presence, right?
Uh-oh.
Now real quick, I need to micro at my base here as I talk at the same time. Going for a little something different here as I'm showing you guys right here on camera. So that way I don't give my strategy away. Keeping it back up here. This guy's chilling down here as I need to find him. There he is. And then I'm gonna do something else here. Now oil derricks themselves have been changed for this patch. This is the patch that we told you that's gonna have a significant difference. We have eliminated the oil mechanic. Instead of oil coming out of the oil derricks, it's now gold. So at the same time, everything is one resource now. This is huge and going back to the old traditional ways of what CNC was once before. When you capture an oil derrick, as you guys remember from an engineer, this was actually something that was used as an oil tick or a gold tick per 5, and per 5 meaning every 5 seconds. And so in this situation, I'm gonna use that to my advantage, and this is what's happened right now with the oil. So the whole oil mechanic has changed to what you guys remember. Now I am not hotkeying my buildings, which is a super newbie move. So I'm gonna do that now, because I forgot. So, moving on from here, obviously I'm gonna scout. I see this here. I'm gonna take out her dozer right there as I speak really low.
Oh no! That's not cool. That's not cool, man.
Now I'm obviously eliminating the threat of the oil. This way it slows down her economy. I need to see what's going on. As you see here, I see that.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I need to spy on what's there. Now the GPS scrambler does two things. One, it actually goes ahead and scouts the location. The second, it actually goes ahead and blinds the opponent. So the only thing that they can see is things really, really close up to the actual head of the units. So that being said, it's perfect for my situation as the Nitro General. Now I'm moving on here with the units that you guys see here. These guys are the rocket buggies or sandstorms. Rocket buggies is an internal name, so that's a little secret for you guys. And then moving on there to make a little bit of presence on the map on that side. And as you guys always know, there's always a two-prong attack whenever you go to battle. And at the same time, for the normal strategy of everything, when you put your money on the map and attack, it's a great time to expand. So I'm going to take this advantage since I have good map awareness at the moment. As you guys just saw there, I'm going to skip back to her and see if she's going to chase that. Now,
I'm after these guys, but I'm not really fast enough, so hold on, I've got something else up my sleeve.
And I'm gonna play the sandstorm straight into her base and try to stop this expansion. As you guys see here, that is detrimental. I'm using white phosphorus, and as you guys see on the tooltip, a blinding effect and also does damage over time. This is gonna help my guys do damage really fast. I need to run away here. I don't wanna take the damage. I'm just trying to harass and kite, right? Hit and move, hit and move.
Not
so
cool, not
you don't want to
cool.
stay too long. It's annoying as Melody is attesting to, but at the same time it's effective, right? So this is what you have to do. So at the same time, as I said before, map presence is great. I'm missing these guys. They can't get close. I didn't use my GPS scrambler there, but here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to blind those opponents right there, and as I do, I'm going to do a little drive-by action, say hello and goodbye, and move up her ramp. I need to get into her main base. I lose one there. The blind doesn't last long enough right now. At the same time, I need to queue some units to counter whatever's coming next. Now, as you guys see here, my expansion's almost done. And then also, I have this guy trailing somewhere else in the distance. Now, as you guys see here, I need to garrison these structures, right? She has me beat as far as units go. So I'm going to use what you guys all know, which is the civilian structures, to actually garrison the map and create great camouflage for my units. This makes it so they have greater hit points, and at the same time is extremely well for the factors of dealing with her mess right there. My bomb technicals come right in. Thank goodness I built those early. And then right now I'm going to build some more since they were highly effective. I'm playing the choke point right now because obviously I don't have as many units as her. And I'm just going to try to make sure to stay out of her range and defuse the threat. As you guys saw there, I only have one angry mob left. He's a lone soldier. And in fact, I'm sorry, these are the Rabble Squad. Angry mobs get upgraded later on in the game once I get into the higher tiers. So I see something over here. I'm going to take that out as well. Don't want to deal with that. I've lost a lot already. And so what I'm going to do is try to keep my expansion going and make sure that I have enough units ready to go. I already have way too much money, as you guys see right now, which is a problem since I'm talking too much. But I'm going to pass it to Melanie to hopefully distract her. Right now,
snap! Now you're trying to distract me. Okay, so right now I have, oh crap, I need to, wrong hotkey. So right now I have my infantry units, and I need to start building my war factory because I'm gonna need more than just infantry right now, but I'm just tunnel visioning. I really wanna put on a lot of pressure and distract. That's my goal. So let me, while I'm sending those units in that general direction, I'm going to build a war factory here and get that started.
Now, as you guys just heard, obviously I heard a tall tale sign since I can hear her casting. Of course. It's unfortunate, but a bitter truth. I see the play in the mid here. She's definitely going heavy infantry right now, which is a little bit of a problem for myself since I have a lot of units that are basically that melee range. She can kite me really, really well right now. I'm going to take up to tier 2 for both my barracks here for the tier 2 units along with the salvage war factory. Now the GLA has two splits here. One is obviously the salvage lab, which is you guys see here with a bunch of upgrades. And the second one is the toxin side, the chem lab. So obviously I'm going to play both. Right now I'm in a huge devastation at the moment. I actually don't think I can hold this out. So what I'm going to do is try to move these in here from behind and actually have my workers start attacking. If I can connect with these, which I didn't very well, she actually had good spacing on them. I'm in a little bit of trouble at the moment. I don't have a great counter besides these guys here, and I need to upgrade these guys with stimulants, but I don't have that right now. The only other thing I could do is harass as much as I can. So I'm going to use that guy here. I'm letting her go ahead and do her thing on the other side while I do this on this camera here. Don't want to give too much away once again. Trying to have some strategy here. And I'm just trying to play the choke as best as possible, but honestly, she has way too many units right now, and I'm a little bit hurting for
putting on
DPS.
the damage.
So, infantry spam. I know, it kind of sucks.
Jumping back in here just to tell you you're gonna go.
He needed to know. You should have just, yeah, that's good. Good that you're informing him.
So just want to pop in really quick. So reminder, this is alpha gameplay, and right now we don't have any of the alpha sound on the stream. We're actually going to be working on that audio thing so you can hear the sounds of Command & Conquer as well as sync the sights. So we're gonna have a tech guy actually kind of jump in here and work on the sound a little bit. So if you see a pop up, that's what's going on here. But I think it's worth it. And maybe Jason's excuse here to like we'll save you from Melanie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Hooray!
They tried. Dude, that's like the Super Bowl power outage.
All in one.
Yeah.
Play number 2, ladies and gentlemen. That was play number 2. Ah, now my side's doing the same thing here. Spazzing out. Looks like they're trying to make it an even field. I'm going to try my best to use my workers to actually attack. That's probably my best option right now while I go with this option right here, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys see it on the screen. Going to say nothing but that. And then go ahead and play the chokes as best as possible. That actually worked really well, which is shocking.
That did. But
so I need to get back in the groove here. I am still way down right now. I need to see what she's doing at this moment. I don't have my GPS scrambler anymore. She took out my command center. I am really hurting for units, and I'm really hurting to actually get back into the game.
yeah, and you're about to be hurting even more.
See?
But you know what is back in the game? The sound.
All right, that's good. That's good. We got sound.
I'm trying to think of any good sound clips, especially in this moment. But I can't right now. And can we taunt on this point?
All right, so as you guys see here, I have this guy here. As you can see the name down here.
This guy here.
Yes, this guy.
I'm
His
trying to
name
know
is
the secret
You know this guy
He's
and that
doing
guy?
it. Secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm behind here. I can't give away my strategy anymore. Obviously, I talked too much at the beginning, so I gotta play this up a little bit by not showing my cards so much. So as she spams, I spam, and that's how we're gonna go.
Oh.
So the only counter for me is if I land the things that you see on your screen in just a moment. These guys right here. So as that's going on there, as I see her right there, I can't do much with that. So what I'm gonna do is try to make those units effective there. Spam these right here. Use this.
Spam this and that and this and that and these things. Oh.
I think
All right.
I think it's fair to talk about like once you use it, like what you used, right? Just so the people at home know what's going on.
So I used the GPS, or actually I actually used the white phosphorus, which blinds right away. As my workers are trying to run away, obviously I am in a world of pain right now.
Yes,
And-
this hurts you.
The best I could do, and look, these guys right here can't even close the gap. She has way too much infantry at the moment, and my units cannot get to the point where they actually made that critical damage. So right now I'm scrambling at the moment. I will probably have to call it here so we can get into a new match. But it is
Yeah.
unfortunate that I got my butt handed to me so quickly as I sell off.
Ooh. GG, he called the GG.
It's unfortunate. It's quite painful to take in. I hate losing on a stream.
Yeah,
Especially
that's no
that.
fun, man. I'm sure that would suck.
I think we should I think we should have a scoreboard behind us at all times.
I think so. I really
that
think
might
so.
help. Yeah. If I'm constantly losing, I say scrap the scoreboard. I don't need to be reminded of the pain. But that was
Woo.
unfortunate. The defeat right there, and I
Beautiful.
clicked right away through it because I don't want to see it anymore.
I mean, to be fair, we did give Melanie like 6 hours of practice time the other day.
6 hours, dude. I only played 2 games.
She's
All right.
talking her emotions down right now, obviously.
All right. Would you like me to jump in and?
Yeah, you know, it would help. It would help save my
Oh.
throat.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
All right.
So
a new.
I will let you jump in. Matt Marcou versus Melanie.
All right. A new.
see how we
a
do
new
here.
challenger
Here we go.
merges.
If you guys could have saw, I wish you did. He had a quarter on the machine calling next. Old school arcade box style.
Actually, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. All right.
We will.
Melanie,
Let's do this.
let's do this.
Now, what I'm going to try to do here to make it a little bit more fair and less about talk when they're talking about what they're doing, I'm going to try to describe what they're going to do so that way they can concentrate on the strategy. I found it very, very distracting when I was commenting on myself, and then also Melonie was able to react very quickly.
We'll go with that.
So,
I'll start actually with a little bit of insight. So I've chosen to show the first EU General, the
Nice.
Cleaver General. She was actually used, match found. She was actually used yesterday at our press conference where we had a grudge match between our two German community managers. That's actually online. You guys can go check that out if you want to see the conclusion. I'm not going to spoil it, but it was a match of pride.
Now, for the community members out there that loved the demo, but at the same time didn't get enough of it, you know, we had to keep it short and sweet, so we had to pick it up midway in progress. So that's why you didn't see a full 15-minute match or 20-minute match. We had to make it quick and snappy on the actual press conference.
But you're seeing those matches now, the full versions.
So this is the longer version.
I am going the wrong way. All right.
So right now, Matt is actually opening up with a command center. This will do, like I said before, multiple things. It will give him a player power to scout, along with a player power baffling, so his units are shielded in that circular area on the mini-map once it actually goes up. Now, traveling over to Melonie's side here, give me one moment as I drag my butt over there. Now, she looks like she's doing almost the same thing. Now, I don't want to spoil her strategy either and do any kind of tall tale signs of what she's doing because everything needs to be a surprise. That's the fun of a match online. So, strategy is everything in an RTS, and it looks like she's doing her own. As you see, her command center finishes before Matt's does, so her micro and APM is just a little bit higher. Oh my. Now, she's going ahead and using that strategy that she did in my game and going for that early resource economy boost. That's a sign for Matt to pick that up. Now, at the same time, you see her using the hotkeys as an advanced player and going straight into that first production structure. I will keep it slightly vague since you guys see it on the screen, but at the same time, I don't want to blow the whole strategy. Now, what you guys see right there is Matt Marcou using the spy drone. That actually scouts out the units themselves and is able to do that. Now, the reason he can cast it is because he casted it on the edge of the circular reticle. It can go into the actual setup of the reticle. It just can't be casted in that circular reticle. So right now, he should see this and react accordingly, which is a double barrack setup. It was already scouted by that UAV spy drone, and so hopefully he can react in time and play the choke points. Now, a great thing about the railgun tanks here that he's going to be producing later on, and in general, the railgun General Cleaver, she has a lot of AoE damage in a line. So a lot of the times, if Matt can have that choice to play the choke or a garrison structure, if Melonie here clumps up and makes that huge mistake, he will actually one-shot a lot of the units all at the same time.
Ooh.
Please make a mistake. Please make a mistake.
I don't plan on it, not this time.
I know. Melonie's famous strategy is coming to play again, and if it happens at the same time and defeats both of us, I'm naming it. So, now as you guys see here, Matt already heard what he needed to heard, and he's reacting accordingly, I think, right, Matt?
No, I was going in to show this off here, actually, because, you know, I play Cleaver quite a bit in our play test at the office, and I don't want to give it away too much, but I like certain aspects of her strat. I mean, railgun, she's really all about railgun tactics. She's all about range damage. So maybe I gave that away. Maybe it's obvious to Melonie. There's some stuff going on here.
It looks like he's reacted on the map. Now, everybody at home, from an RTS player, and for those of you that have watched Day 9 before, big shout out to him, you know, he said it best, right? About 60 to 70% of the time, you want to be watching your mini-map. Why? Because that tells you everything. That tells you where you need to go. That's why map awareness is so huge. And at the same time, you can react the quickest if you see everything right away, right? That's why garrison structures on the map are in key locations. And that's why there's certain areas that are dead, like the water itself, where you can't garrison anything, which is a great vulnerability point on the backside if you went air. So these are just a couple of notes that you want to make happen. Now, obviously RTS is very high micro intensity, so a lot of the times it's not easy to do all these things at once, but over time you want to train your eye to at least look at the mini-map 60 to 70% of the time. That will tell you everything you need to know. It's the heartbeat and pulse of your RTS gameplay, and it's your reactionary line to everything.
Well said. I don't know what else to add. That's exactly everything I'm doing. Everything to a T.
Yeah, you guys know it, and as he grows on you, he is definitely one that speaks the truth, right? And is very modest, as you guys just noticed. So
I'm trying to speak the truth. I'm trying to tell everyone about what I'm doing, so that when you go into the when you get into the alpha, for the lucky few of you, you know what to do. Oh, look what I found here.
Uh-oh.
You thought you could hide that from me. You cannot. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Felt like oh, that didn't die? All right. I'm a completionist, so I'm going to go back and finish this off here. I think it's dead. There it is. I have so much fun. Like, I'm one of those. Sometimes I get caught up in new gameplay, and I look at like all the effects that are going on, and instead of like focusing on what's efficient. Oh, wow. I don't. Oh.
it looks like Matt is gonna have to either play the choke.
Let me learn you all a lesson here. If I can get in there, I think.
Oh, snap.
Is that a garrison structure? It looks.
I think it is.
Uh-oh.
Why can't I not go in there?
It doesn't look like it has any pips though. It's a decoy.
Oh, is that a decoy one? Oh man.
And let it be witnessed.
All right.
That is noobing it up.
All right.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to do was, I still have one left. He's firing. Keep fighting, little buddy. Keep fighting. This is gonna
Keep fighting, little buddy.
Exactly. This is gonna be an infantry game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it is an infantry spam game. Tactic number 1 for Miss Melonie Mac.
Is
now, the
infantry
fun
spam. It
thing
is a
about
good one.
RTS is how do you teach somebody to do new strategy, right? Especially when they have their favorite, which in this case, Melonie's is infantry.
Spam on, span off.
Right? Looks like a Sham Wow commercial up in here. So at the same time, what we need to do, and part of the fun of an RTS, is to actually be able to say and do exactly the opposite of the strat that she's doing to counter it. Now, if she's able to counter it, this will make her and force her to learn a new strategy. And that's hopefully what Matt is going to do.
I don't know if I'm capable of that at this point. I've got a lot of stuff in my brain. Things are going to fall out if I learn something new, right? And that's not good.
Your brain is full, right? So you have to make room for something else.
Exactly.
Now, Miss Melonie Mac over here, as she's already progressively dominating, I'm going to try to distract her a little bit to give my man.
Snap. Okay, you go ahead and do that. We'll see what happens. All right, so I am going to go ahead and not let him distract me. I know he's going to try, but I'm ready to just attack.
You know what? I bet you two are colluding right now.
And
I bet
I'll just,
there was
like,
some discussion there on how to beat me.
I'll just tell you. I'll tell you that I'm attacking you. And I'm going to see what you can do about that. So, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. I've got some units here.
Do you?
Running forward.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got to remember what I hotkeyed them as. Okay, there we go. 8. All right.
What if our forces meet up? It's like
Then
the
they will
unstoppable
become
force
friends.
and the immovable object. Uh-oh.
They'll become kind of friends.
They'll become friends.
We'll see. We'll see about
friendly,
that. But
nice friendly match here.
right now, oh snap! What is this going on right now?
Wow! Look at that infantry spam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys see right now that this is actually playing really well. Matt's using that choke point, and he's actually using the railgun tanks for that AoE damage. As long as he catches the back units, everything in that line will take the full blunt of the damage. This is huge. Look at this counter as you guys see it right now. The red guard that she's been spamming has actually been diminished on that mini-map. Now,
Yeah.
there's another attack coming out. Now, Melonie has some RTS skills here, and she's doing a double flank, which is actually very pro of her. And it looks like Matt is playing it safe by playing his choke point on that ramp. The ramps themselves are very, very effective, as you would all imagine in the previous RTSs of CNC. It's the same mechanic where if you're on the bottom of the ramp, you don't see up it until you actually scout it or have a unit on top of that ramp. So a lot of the times it's really hard to penetrate if somebody's playing their choke point really well. Now, the success rate of Matt's strategy right now is actually serving really, really well. The railgun soldiers that he's been using has automatically countered the spam mechanic that Miss Melonie Mac over there was using. This might be that history lesson in the books that she's been running with since the beginning of 0 Hour.
This is the Cleaver General also has anti-spam properties, so it's the anti-spam general, especially in this case.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Now, at the same time, when I was playing with the Nitro General, or in this case, Demolition, Nitro being her call sign name, it was a little bit harder for me to react. Why? Because there were so many units and she had them nicely spread out, so it was hard for me to connect with one unit, hitting so many actual setups of her red guard. So a lot of the times I was on the back end of the receiving end of that one, and it was just unfortunate.
Oh snap, this isn't looking too good
I don't know.
right
I think this, oh, I'm gonna get bombed here.
He has to move out of the way. As you guys see here, the reticle for the player power coming down, it misses a little bit, but it does hit something, so it's slightly beneficial.
I was paying attention for once.
He was paying attention, thankfully, for him.
Now, what you guys see right there that Matt is building from the airfield is the Phantom. The Phantom itself is a newer unit for the European Union. As you guys would guess, since it's called the Phantom, it does come in cloaked right away. So a lot of the times, only when it attacks is when you see it, unless you have a stealth detection unit. The stealth detection units in the game itself are one, that right there that you guys just saw on Matt's screen, which is the player power that uses for scouting. The other one is the caster unit for any of the factions. For GLA, it's the radar van. For APA, it's the Dragonfly air unit. And then for EU, it's the
fire team.
See, this guy knows it better than I do. I don't play EU as much. That's his flagship faction, I think. So.
I really like the Cleaver General. I probably showing how much I've been like learning the spam technique with it, or the anti-spam in this case.
Dude, well.
Dude.
This is
Dude, bro.
This is looking bleak. This is looking very bleak.
I like how it's looking. Oh, here comes the fuel bomb. I'm dropping it.
Snap.
I'm dropping it.
Oh.
And boom goes the dynamite. That's my new trademark line.
TM. So at the same time here, it looks like adding insult to injury. He's going to finish off the last pieces of her base.
Oh.
There's the victory screen from Mr. Matt Marcou. Melonie has taken on her first loss, which is the first here since she's landed at Gamescom. It's fairly painful. But I think it's time maybe for a grudge match between ourselves.
Could be, but let's take a step back and talk through that game a little bit. I want to help get a sense of the strategy here, because I only caught bits and pieces of your first game there. So I gathered through the audio that there was a lot of spam going on, infantries in particular.